Child, Marcus Houston said you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He'd rather groom his from the cradle. Is y'all ready to joust this right quick? Let's joust.
Come on, Blazer.
It's the beef for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo, and I'm back with a quick little jokes, girl. Marcus Houston is making doggone headlines on the Twitter and the social media streets now, girl. The people is dragging him as they should because they feel like Marcus Houston been lying about his so-called wife. I ain't gonna say so-called because I guess that's his real wife, but Marcus Houston pops up off the screen, or on the screen, I'm sorry, again with this young lady that he claims he didn't start dating until she was 18 and or married until 19 or something of the sort, girl. I'm not sure. I'll play it in the clip here in a second. But Marcus wants us to believe that he didn't groom this little girl and he had no interactions with her as far as like in a dating scenario until she was of age. And we, the people, are saying, go home, Roger. We don't believe you. Listen, Marcus, there's textbook grooming that happens all the time with men. You are too old to be dealing or even looking or dealing around a young lady of that age. Now, Marcus, you have been around the world. You have been around the globe. You have been around, according to other people, such as Raz B. You've been around Chris Stokes a little bit too much to where you done did some stuff allegedly to him. Now, that's just what he said, not what I said. However, Marcus wants us to believe that he had no intentions on anything negative with this young lady, that he just happened to see her in the Kingdom Hall when they were younger, or when she was younger, I'm sorry, but he didn't even talk to her, deal with her on that level until she was 18. Listen, first of all, let me start by saying this. Your girl used to be a Jehovah's Witness, girl. Listen, it wasn't my choice. My mom went down there to the Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall and said, whoever is in my house will serve Jehovah the way we serve him. So I had to inadvertently become one. I'm not shaming or, giving no kind of shade or whatever the case may be, but it was the worst time of my life. Anyway, so yeah, girl, I know all too well how them people in that Kingdom Hall deals, okay? There was even this girl on Twitter who basically said that Marcus Houston knocked on her door. Now, we used to have this thing called field service, girl. Now, in field service, you go out and you're supposed to preach the word of Jehovah like Jesus did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So what you do is you get up and you knock on people's doors. You are from a Watchtower magazine or an Awake magazine and ask them if they know the end is coming and ask them to repent and do Bible studies and whatnot. So this girl, and I'm about to show you this video, this girl fans out because apparently Marcus Houston knocked on her door, and they say allegedly the girl was in the crowd, in the group, the field service group. Now let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna let y'all watch this, but just be mindful when you pick your field study groups. You pick them, okay? That means you group up with a group of people that you would like to go into field service with. What is field service people? Knocking on people's doors, asking them, are you ready for Jehovah's return? Let me stop playing. But let me let y'all look at this clip, and I'm going to come back with a little more explanation.
Yo, I swear to God, Marcus Houston from Immature just came, knocked on my door, and gave me this fucking Jehovah's Witness paper. No fucking lie. I was so in shock I couldn't even find my phone. That's him right there with the back turned to us, right there with the bald head. I don't want to go out there because I don't want to start talking to us, but that's Marcus Houston right there. That's him.
So yeah, girl, that was the girl who said Marcus Houston had knocked on her door, with his group to go out there and what they call field service. Like I said, field service is when you go out and you basically preach the word of Jehovah to the people now, girl. So now, like I said before, the gag about field service is you pick your group. Groups are separated and they go into different neighborhoods and they have a territory where they go in and they basically, knock on people's doors. Now, there was allegedly a girl who said she knocked on his door and the wife was in the group with him. Now, my thing is this, because the year is supposed to be allegedly when the girl was underage. My thing with you is, Marques, if you claim you haven't groomed this girl and you had nothing to do with her as far as sexually or in a romantic setting, why is you going down there in the field service with this underage child who was an alleged runaway? Y'all know she ran away, huh? Girl, look, take a look at this receipt and let me know. So this here's another girl who claimed that Marques had knocked on her door and said that the girl, Maya, I believe is his wife's name, and I say girl because she is a child or was a child at the time. The girl was in her group. Or in his group. She says this: when I first moved to Cali, we were in Corona and I was 26, no kid. Him and some of his Jehovah's Witness team knocked on my door to cross me over. I was just shocked that Marques Houston was at my door. I thought this was a Cali life. This was the Cali life, I'm sorry. But I was uncomfortable because I thought he was trying to holler at me, so I stopped answering. He then bought the pastor to really get me into it. Long story short, his wife was one of the 4 people in this group and she was yet 18. This was summer 2016. So they most certainly having plenty conversations before she was of age. Listen, like I said, when you are a Jehovah's Witness, you go out in groups, but those are groups that you choose. If you wasn't having no conversations with the girl till she was of age, then I'm going to need you to make it make sense, Marques. Go home, Roger. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. You need more people that are not Chris Stokes, who allegedly have charges that should have been brought up against him, Perez B. But we not going there. We not going there. So this young lady even posted a flyer that was back in 2016 showing that the little girl was missing. And Marques had the girl out there in field service asking people if they was ready for Jehovah's return. Marques Houston, get your ass up here to the congregation. We need answers. We got questions and we need answers, my guy. We don't believe you anyway, fat. We know you was grooming that girl. That's just how we feel and we gonna stand on it. Now, you could sit up here and act like it's all BS or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, what we know is this young lady was missing in 2016. Why was she in field service with the likes of you? Who took her in? Now, like I said, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. Not by choice, by force. And I know they keep a lot of things quiet down there at the Kingdom Hall. It's the reason my friend used to make fun of us saying that we go to the church with no windows. And I always didn't understand, I'm sorry, why she would say that. And now I get it. They got a lot of scandal going on down there at the Kingdom Hall. Anyway, yeah, Marques, why was you down there in field service with the girl? And it wasn't a pastor who came. It probably was an elder or a brother. That's what they call them. That's the older men in the congregation who, who they send out there and who do the talks on Sunday. But that's neither here nor there, girl. Let's get into some more tea because I got some more tea to deal with this Marques thing. So, girl, Marques did an interview explaining why he has a younger wife and why he chose to have a younger wife. And one of the things he was explaining was the fact that he chose a younger wife because he feel like older women come with baggage. He said older women come with baggage and children, and that when he was with his daddy or when he was younger and he would talk to his daddy said, find you a woman who don't have kids. It's less baggage so you can have your own kids. Let me just say this. I really don't care about that. I have one child and I don't want to date nobody with no churn. So I ain't mad at that. But I feel like it was quite the opposite. I don't think you really wanted to date a woman without kids or of age because of the kids and the baggage. I think you're not able to manipulate them. But nevertheless, he has a doggone interview, and for somehow and some reason, Charlemagne the God said he decided to weigh in on it. Now, Charla, didn't they just say you was down there in South Carolina with a case over your head? Didn't you say you allegedly had did something to a girl? Charla, I don't know why you decided to speak on it, but Uncle Charla decided he was going to put his little 2 cents in, and here we go. So now let's get into this interview with Charla trying to basically say he don't see nothing wrong with what Marques was saying. And I'll come back with further commentary.
I would never want to be with a woman that felt like, oh, I don't need you, or I don't, you know what I'm saying, like that. So, and there's a lot of women my age. I've dated women my age, and they may have baggage, they may have kids, they may have not. It's just there's so many different women that I've dated throughout my life, And this just so happened to be the one that caught my heart.
Now, I could be wrong, but I didn't hear Marques Houston say, I don't date older women, because they come with baggage. That's why I'm dating a younger woman, because they don't have any baggage. I didn't get that from what he said just now. The internet might feel like he said that, but I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, he said women that are my age, like a lot of women my age, are very independent. He says they are like, I don't need a man to do this for me because I can do it for myself. He said sometimes dating older women, they come with baggage, they have kids. And yeah, he did say that.
Well, dating, but he didn't say that's why. He didn't say I'm dating a younger woman because they don't have no baggage. Like
No, he didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't get that from that, what he said. But everybody has baggage at a certain age.
I think so.
Like, you know what I mean? Like if you 40 plus years old, you're going to have, traumas that you might come into a situation with. That's why we always tell people, like, to go do the work. Like, that's why we encourage people to go to therapy, you know what I mean? So they can deal with their traumas before their traumas deal with them. And if they don't deal with their traumas, they'll bring those traumas into a relationship, and then those traumas will be projected onto the person that they're in a relationship with, you know what I mean? And how many older men we know over 40 that got kids as well? So what does he mean when he says baggage? If you're of a certain age, you're going to have some baggage. Baggage. I'm putting baggage in parentheses, by the way.
Well, I do feel like a lot of older men date younger women for one reason, because they feel like a younger woman possibly can be controlled easier or more because they haven't lived their life. They don't really know as much as an older woman. They haven't lived, as people would say. I also feel like a lot of men would date younger women because they feel like younger women, their body hasn't met gravity yet, right?
Boy,
what?
This boy.
A lot of men
Marques
feel that way.
chose violence.
What?
Wow. I thought Marques Houston chose violence.
It's not me.
Rashawn Casey, DJ Envy just chose violence. Tell me, Envy, explain more. What do you mean? What do you mean their bodies haven't met gravity yet? What are you saying?
I mean, our bodies all meet gravity. Your balls don't sit the same way.
Yes, they do, actually.
Okay, well, let's go.
No. I want you to know, you have to explain this. You shouldn't just get out of this one. What did you mean by that statement?
When people are older, their ass starts to drop. Sometimes their breasts start to drop. It's gravity.
You're lying.
Happens.
Let me tell you something. These 40-year-old women, these 50-something-year-old women are killing these young girls nowadays. Every woman that I think is beautiful is way over the age of 40. I don't care if they're in entertainment or just walking around in everyday life. These 40-year-old women know how to take care of themselves way better than a lot of these young girls do.
That's the reason why a lot of older men choose young women. I'm married, bro, so don't even look at me. I'm married. My wife is.
You're not making no sense.
Okay.
I'm saying that the older women are killing these young girls in the look department, and you saying that's why older men choose younger women?
A lot of times the reason why older men choose
okay
younger
to
women.
moonwalk. You just keep fighting. You are just trying to prove this stupid ass point. You just told all these women that when they get old, everything drops. That's what you just said.
Mike,
you said these older women is out here saggy, flabby, and sick. That's what you just said. You just chose big violence. Wow.
First and foremost, TT Charla, I didn't like the way you were swinging that fan. I ain't like it. It was giving very TT, auntie. It was giving very, nanny, nan. You know what I'm saying? Godmother. That's what it's giving, first of all. And then secondly, he does not have to say the truth without saying the truth. Basically, what I'm saying is there's truth by omission, meaning like, Envy had to jump in and say, well, yeah, he didn't say he don't want to date or he only date younger women because they don't have the baggage, but he did say dating older women does come with baggage. Now, again, I don't have an issue with Marques' preferences. I really don't. My only preference issue I have with him is, did you groom that little girl because she was a runaway and very easy to manipulate? Because first of all, at the end of the day, a child is just that, a child. We are talking about a young girl under the age, under a whole lot of influence, that is a runaway, that has been reported as a runaway in this doggone Kingdom Hall, being told that she needs to have a spiritual connection, being told that she needs to follow Jehovah and all of his greatness. And I know because I've been there. I mean, not as far as in this type of situation, but you know what I mean? In a situation where you're under the guise of religion. Being manipulated through the guise of religion and your big age It's a problem, Marcus. It's a problem. And you're not about to let everybody in the world believe that you only started dating that girl at 18. We don't believe you, Marcus. We don't believe you. And that poor child, she's so young, she don't even know. Girl, when you get older, you're going to see how he played you, girl. And you're going to get wiser. And I'm hoping this is a stepping stone for you, Maya, if that's your name. I think that's her name. I'm hoping this is a real stepping stone for you. Anyway, so moving forward, Marcus got caught up by TMZ and they asked him a couple of questions and he had this to say. Y'all check this out.
I'm good.
I gotta ask, does it upset you that the internet seems to have a problem about the age that your wife was when you married her? Everyone's talking about it.
Absolutely not.
How come?
You gotta think about it. Everybody has their own opinion. Opinions are like noses. Everybody has one. I'm not a kind of person that don't really care what people think about me. So say what you want. I'm happily married and I love my wife. We have a beautiful daughter. And that's how we live it.
I always have to ask, people are saying your wife must have been a little bit younger when you married her. Can you set this record straight?
Yes, so she was 19 when we got married. She was 18 when we started dating. So, a lot of misconception out there about a lot of people try to twist her age online and make it seem like she was born a year earlier. She wasn't. She's 22 going on 23. And, she keeps me young and fresh. What can I say? We have a love that people don't really understand. And I don't really care to explain it.
So, girl, Marcus said that's his wife and he gonna stick beside her. He don't care what nobody say. He's not trying to keep explaining himself. He said we the people is out there manipulating the girl age at a year earlier and it's not the case and this, that, and the third. Marcus, why are you defending a year's difference in your wife? Does that not raise its own red flag, Marcus? Does it not raise a red flag that you have to go back and forth and argue and teeter-totter with people about if your wife was a year younger than you claim she was? Red flag, Marcus. Now, the people said that Chris Stokes was around there touching on you and whatnot. That's allegedly. This ain't what I said. This what Raz B and them said, and they said you was doing it too. That's what they said. That ain't what I said. But if that's the case, Marcus, and you are crying out for help, cry a little louder so we can come and help you. But just don't manipulate this little girl. Don't do this to this young girl. Now, they done had a baby, and the baby is gorgeous. Y'all look at this. Ain't this little girl just a cutie patootie? Maya, if you need help, blank twice on the picture so we can come down there and assist you, girl. Have your mama met the baby? Have you seen your mama since they say allegedly you went missing, girl, back in 2016, girl? What is going on? Is Marcus keeping you from your real mama and daddy and whatnot so he can hold you captive with this child? She's a beautiful child. Listen, Marcus, we not buying it. We the people not buying it. They flame you up on Twitter as they should. You did a little interview with R&B Money Podcast and you almost had me. Now, in case y'all didn't know, I was back down there during the era of Immature, and I ain't gonna lie. I used to love Immature. Now, you did this doggone interview with Tank, and I forget the other light-skinned brother name, Jay Valentine, I believe it is, and you went back down memory lane, and you started talking about some of them good songs. I will never lie again. And you were singing all the songs, and you almost had me saying, oh man, Marcus, that's what's up. But then I remembered I ain't like you anyway. Romeo was my favorite group member anyway. So no, Marcus, we not letting you off the hook. You almost got me. Tank, you almost got me to forget about what was going on when he started bringing up ABC and Chris Cross and all of them folk back there during them times when I was a little young whippersnapper trying to get tickets to go see the concert, but my mom was a Jehovah's Witness and I couldn't get down there to the concert. Listen, you almost had me, Marcus. You almost had me. But we not letting you get away with this. You done mess with that little girl, and we is trying to get answers. Now, little girl, if you need help, we the people will have no problem coming down there to rescue you, but you gotta need help and want it, girl. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Marcus think he's gonna get away with it, and we the people are saying, go home, Roger. Go home, Roger. Shit done made me mad. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about Marcus Houston. Is he telling the truth? Do you think he really only started dating that girl at 18 and he had no ties to her before, even though there's somebody saying that they saw him with their own eyes? Or do you believe that Marcus is just a liar? He's a liar and he's a cheat. And do you believe that Marcus only date this young girl because he can't manipulate her like he could a person his age at the big age of 40, 41? That's what I believe. Anyway, drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all thought. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on TikTok, and I will talk to you girls later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.